Hi. My apologies for disturbing you. What's up, Bob? What's up, Arrow? What's up? Thanks, Bob. Toyota Corolla with a dozer? I mean, bro, basically, dude, look at this side armor on the turret. 35 millimeters. It's the side turret armor. That's ridiculous. I mean, it's the same as the other Type 10, to be fair, though, so. It's not like it's different. They literally just like, look what they did to the Type 10. They just took this. Oh, wait, no. They took this TKX and they removed some of the storage things on the side. That's it. I think that's literally all they changed. Just the boxes. It's ridiculous. And they had this at 10.3 to start with. Like, bro. It's the same as the Type 10 and TKX, except for having a worse shell. And for some reason, it's on this tree. Like, why? Why is it over there? What? Like, it should, like, what? I don't, like, wait, It makes no goddamn sense. Makes zero sense. It should be in between the Type 90 and TKX folder, like. Right? I mean. I don't get it. Try the AIM-9M? You're right. I should try that. Oh, look, there's like a little bag thingy covering on the other side. I didn't even notice that. Well, here's this thing. HeatFS still works really well. Yeah, Gaijin has lost their mind with the groupings they did on this. It's just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. T-62, you will not be spared. Kill everything. Kill everything. What's up, Teppy? Oh god, I can't see it. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Currently, you believe AIM-9M is just the AIM-9L with a Stinger Seeker? That's probably what it is. Let's see if they updated the bore evacuator effects to work at higher speed. It kinda works. You can kind of see it. Probably not at this speed, though. Yeah, it works at a slightly higher speed, but not enough to be really that cool. That looks nice. It just, like, gets really... It gets really, like, sparse, the effect, when you're going really fast. Which sucks. So yeah, there's that. It's exactly the same as the Type 10. Let's check, because I believe the server was just updated. Oh, wow. Okay. So there's a dozer blade modification now for the PSO. Which is cool. It seems to be incorrectly deployed in the hangar. When you dismount the dozer blade, there is still no hull armor. So nothing has changed there. Let's take it into a test drive, shall we? Still has Gen 1 gunner thermals. But the commander thermals are also still Gen 2. Does the gun have any thermals now? Okay, so there's still no thermals or anything going on with this, the RWS. So that's cool, I guess. And smokes still pretty much look the same as before. So that's cool. Yeah, I hope they keep refining the muzzle fume extractor effects, because it looks nice, but it needs to be more consistent at speed. See if they updated the bore evacuator for the Sturm Tiger. That's true, actually. Let me do that really quick. Let's see. Nope, it's still just a little piss stream. Let's see, and I did get my dev server trophy, so now I have all of the stuffs. Here's the F-16 at 12.3. Where is she? There it is. Which should have AIM-9Ms, which I can also get. Yeah, look how much GE they give you on the dev server, bro. They gave me like 7 million. God, it's insanity. Okay, so let's just edit this preset for AIM-9Ms. Ooh, they're green. Wow. Green missile icon. Oh my. Does it say 9M on the side or something? It does. Okay. Well, obviously I'm gonna be in the test drive. 12.3, yeah. Do we know when the update drops? No. Oh, now you guys can also hear Betty. Because I have the thing now, so you can hear Bitch and Betty. And you can also see the new RWR on the left. Tells me I'm being tracked and radared by 2S6. No G overload yet because I'm going too slow. So what is this guy? Has an HMD. Of course. Can I get a G overload now? Oh yeah, I think did they split these? Well, the voice warning system is its own now, and I believe they added menu text. So they are going to separate the RWR tone and they're going to separate the tone and the voice, which is cool. This wouldn't really matter. I mean, it's not. So that's an AIM-9M. I mean, of course it's going to get it, right? An AIM-9L would have done the same thing. So nothing crazy there. Does it tell you to pull up? I actually haven't tested that yet. Just says altitude. Did it just say roll right? What's special about the 9M? I believe currently it just has... Look at that, pulling 12 Gs. Is that better than it currently is? On live? For the F-16A at least? Sidewinder lock-on sound is still missing? Let's just fire as soon as it fucking... That's pretty standard performance for a 9L, right? Or is that better? So there's the 9M on the F-16C at least. Let me look at the stat card. I didn't even look at the stat card. I think it's just a copy-pasted stat card right now. Yeah. Except for the presence of ECCM on the AIM-9M. Yeah, just flare resistance. Which apparently is pretty insane. But I'm no air guy, so I'm not really sure about that shit. There's a ground loadout you can take on the F-16C. Thermal pod. The thermal pod doesn't have... It's a Lightning, so it doesn't have very good zoom. Any new vehicles? It's pretty much just the Type 10 prototype at 11.0. There's a ship somewhere. Yeah. A new reserve ship. Oh. And you can't even look at it yet. The Mommy. Can I choose a crew and select it or no? Oh no, you can see it. Okay. Looks like the texture is maybe unfinished. Reserve ship, who really cares? Which plane's got AIM-9M? So we got the Barak 2. Got AIM-9Ms, and it got a new bomb too. Oh. GBU 15. Oh, a TV guided bomb. Okay. Sure, I guess. Why not? So the Barak has AIM-9Ms. The F-16C has them. I thought some other. Oh yeah, the Italian AV-8B Plus also has AIM-9Ms. Two Harriers got them. Oh yeah, true. The Harrier GR7 also has AIM-9Ms. The Super Etendard is here as well. Fully peakable. Has 4 GBUs with actually a lot of flares and magic ones. Yes, eggs, you're still a cool kid. The new Chinese tank, let's see how that thing's doing. Still rather unfinished. Most of the stats are still the same as the ZTZ-99A. And the armor is still full of holes. Literally, still full of holes. What's up, Ryzen? Yeah, so there's the MBT 2000, still just bing chilling with nothing much different. When's the update gonna come out? Nobody knows. Still way too low for BR, exactly. I can do a test drive with it. Now it's finished, 100% gonna release without composite armor and holes in the turret. Exactly, bro. Exactly, dude. You already know. You already know. This thing's mobility is going to be pretty insane if nothing else changes about it. I didn't look, actually. Does it have the same weight as the ZTZ-99A as well? Oh, also the ejection hatch is not working. And the base doesn't even throw out of it. So that is definitely not currently working. Let's see how the trees are doing. I think the effect is much less intense now, which is good. It looks more natural. What happens when you knock them over? Oh, they still have the effect when you knock them over. That's cool. I should test on a windier day. And yeah, if you don't know about this thing yet, the reverse speed is going to be ridiculous. Just look at that. 31 in reverse on a T-type tank. Oh, the machine gun, like, shoots into the sky. Interesting. Still looks like a hurricane. I should test with a different wind condition. But yeah, I also didn't show this on the last stream, but I'm sure people have seen it already. Let's see, weather. Storm. Indeed, very stormy. Oh, that's not even that crazy on a storm. Okay. That's way less wild than I thought it was going to be. They could still give it some tweaks. It's still a little glitchy sometimes. Yes, premium M41 Bulldog at 5.0 in the Chinese tech tree. What do you guys think about that? Is that a Vismod M41? Designed to look like a bush? No, it's just a random premium. I think this thing could easily be even 5.7. Like, what do you guys think? A bulldog with nothing changed except for no APDS? Fuck you, Panzer II. I know it's not a Vismod, I'm just fucking around. Yeah, even without the Sabo, I think it could easily stay close to 6.0. It doesn't have to go down to 5.0. Like, that's... You would take the M18 over this every game? This is fair. This is a fair point. Bulldog is good, but M18 do have that nice APHE. Gaijin will eventually put it at 6.7. Rip. Yeah, I think it could be at least 5.3. It should be at least 5.3. I don't think it should be 5.0. Anyways, there's that. I want to check if the Kiowa got its camera fixed. Are the Italian Hinds in? They probably are. I should check that. So here's the Kiowa with its new sound as well. And let me just do some hover shenanigans. Because you can, the camera does come from the top of the thing. You can see I can't see over that, but when I go into the scope, you can see over it. What I want to know is, can you guide the missiles? No, they still go into the ground. You have to be higher up. See, and now it's guiding properly, I believe. Yeah. So unfortunately you can't do what the Kiowa is supposed to do. The missile just goes into the ground. Gato, it's almost working as intended. Almost. So close yet so far. Like how the RWR has the whole alphabet as its bands. What is that? 70-kilometer range. Wait, is that new? Did they add information to each for the RWR? Is that new? Specific details for the RWR? Let's see. Also, if you guys didn't see it, the Yak 141 got R27 ETs, which also have ECCM. Interesting. RWR stuff is new? Nice. Well, here's the SMT. This one has no RWR information yet, unfortunately. Let's see those Italian helis, huh? Yes, they are indeed here. Mi-24D. 4 Falangas, 8.7. Mi-24V. 8 Sturms, 9.7. R60 MKs. Mi-24P. 8 Sturms, R60 Ms. Interesting. Very interesting, isn't it? The camos look good. Is this one a pack? Oh, it is going to be a pack premium. Yeah, that's a nice camo. It looks like the resolution isn't finished yet. I know, it is lame as fuck. Honestly. Like, Italy has... There's so many more helis that you could add to Italy that don't have to be a Mi-24. What's up, Jagdpanzer? Oh no, I'm out of SL, guys. Oh no, whatever shall I do? Oh, it's not like I have millions of fucking GE. Oh my goodness. Let's see. They grouped Hungary with Italy. The Hungarian subtree is in the Italian tech tree. Let's see the rest of the camos. Nope, there is just one camo. Okay, get fucked. Any more camos for this? What's up, Ant? What's up, my guy? And there's only one camo for this one too. And it has IRCM. Oh. Flares and chaff and IRCM at 8.7. That's interesting, I must say. Please unlock the final tier. I wish there was like just a buy all with GE on the dev server. That'd be rather helpful. Wow, you can take S24s and Phalangas? You get IRCM before the first manpad AA. Russia's just different. What about for this? Is there any... No, you can't buy it. Well, there's that. There's the AV8B plus 10 GBUs, by the way. 10 GBUs. Can I do the horse sheesh again? No. You can take 10 GBUs, or you could take 6 GBUs and 2 Maverick Ds. And it has AIM 9Ms, of course. Can I test the cannon on it? Sure. $10 GBUs just to get dabbed on by a Pantsir? I mean, if you die to a Pantsir when you're doing GBU stuff, I think the Pantsir either was smart enough to shoot down your bomb or you didn't evade properly. Because this targeting pod on this thing has insane gimbal. Like, you can look behind you like 45 degrees or something like that. It's the F-35 cannon? Oh, really? Sounds like an A-10 so far. Interesting. Generation -1 thermals. Rip. That is a big rest in peace. The 35-kilometer missiles look good, yeah. Oh, come on, Maverick. You can't miss that. What caliber? I believe it's a 25 millimeter. Apparently it's from the F-35. I didn't know shit about that. Sounds like the A-10. Does anyone know if the patch hit? Nobody knows when the patch hits, dude. We just gotta wait. You must wait patiently for patch information. Oh, can it get... How many Gs? It's not gonna get him, but wow. Why is Italy having thermals as bad? Go get him, thingy. How often do the updates come out? After the dev server ends? Well, I believe in the past the dev servers have closed and then reopened. So that could happen. Oh, I already dropped the bomb. Oh, I'm a great CAS pilot, everybody. Okay, so there's that. That was normal 9L. I should do a top tier ARB video? No. Number one, because I don't have any. On the live server, my highest air vehicle is the fucking F4S Phantom 2. I think the MBT 2000 is going to go much higher in BR. That's my prediction. 25 millimeter Gal 12U. Will it show me the pen? That's the wrong button to show the pen. This is the button. 25 millimeter HVAP. 66 mils a pen. Check the SMT. Let's see. I believe I already have the loadout. It's the one on the lav? Ah. .2A4 is better than the 10.3 Abrams? I mean, I would say they're a side grade to each other, if that makes sense. One of them has better armor and a better shell. One of them has much better mobility, reload, ammo stowage. Oh, did those things used to flutter? Those top grills, did they used to flutter like that? So let's see the optics. It should still be the TV camera. I mean, it has, you know, good enough zoom, I think. This one can also pull 11 Gs with ordnance, by the way. 11 Gs with ordnance. I guess let's just try and make a dummy R-73 shot on this poor little F-86. Just completely the opposite way. Have fun with that. And he's flying away now, too. So still no thermals. Some people were maybe saying that the KH-29 TD should have thermals or something. I don't know how that works. MBT 2000 will make those vehicles obsolete. I don't think that's right, though. And I'll tell you why. It's because it still has bad gun depression. Gun depression means a lot more than a lot of people like to admit. Does the SMT carry a laser pod? No, it's just the optics on the TV guided ordnance. It's just this sight right here. So I don't know, you know. Cool plane. That hasn't changed since the first dev server. Still has a worse reload, yes, and the ammo stowage situation is still bad. Does MBT 2000 have better mobility and gun handling than Abrams? It definitely does not have better gun handling. So the MBT 2000 currently, which could change, has an ace horizontal of 38 and an ace vertical of 15. When the Abrams, I believe all of them, I'll just use the M1A1. M1A1 has ace. One moment. What do I need to get over 90? As an ace horizontal of 40 and an ace vertical of 24. So it has better gun handling, and using the SEP, which is 62.2 tons and has 1519 horsepower. I think everything about the MBT 2000 is still very subject to change. So the SEP has a 24 horsepower per ton. And I believe a better forward speed? No. 68 forwards. And also 38 in reverse. So it has a better reverse speed. This only has 31 and 69 forward, so it's just slightly better. But 48 tons, 1,200 horsepower, it's good. But I don't think it's... We'll see. 1,200, 48 tons. So it has like a slightly better horsepower per ton ratio. 25 horsepower per ton on the 2000. Which I'm curious to see if this... No, okay, it does have a different weight. And it does have a different weight than every other... Okay, so I believe the weight of this vehicle is not placeholder. It's definitely not 10.0 material. That's 1,000% true. Even in its unfinished state right here. 6 degrees of gun... It still has the, like, early T-72 gun depression as well, 6 degrees. 14 elevation, but it's the... So what I'm interested to see is if it keeps the gun handling of the 99A, because currently it has this same exact gun handling of the top tier MBT. And it has one more degree of gun depression. It also has the same optic, which it might actually be the same optic. No, it has the same zoom. And it has Gen 1 thermals as well in the test drive. Yeah, it's currently got Gen 1s. Would be kind of unlucky if it ends up at 11.0. I think it should be 11.0. I mean, that's what I thought it was going to be. Even if the armor sucks, even if the armor isn't that good, 11.0 is my determination for this vehicle. They could change the gun handling, and that could maybe change it. It could be 10.7, but if it's going to have this mobility, it should not be the same BR as the ZTZ 99 2 and 3. And the Bhishma is now 10.3, and it does get a laser, and you can also demount the dozer blade. It doesn't have a laser warning receiver anymore, though, which was part of the Stora kit. You see, there's no laser receiver pedestals. Where did I put my T90? Here? No. Is it here? No, surely not. Is it here? There's T90. So you see these parts above the breech, and then these little things back here. These little hatches. Those are the laser warning receiver thingies. And then that's the Stora, obviously. And so the Bhishma doesn't have any of that stuff. I mean, in my opinion, this thing should stay at 10.7 and the T90A should go to 11.0 in the first place. And then the T90A also has the opportunity to get better gun handling because I don't believe this is historical gun handling. But that's another issue. That is another issue. Let's see if this thing has the Gen 3 thermals that it should have, though. Oh, also they fixed the armor of the dozer. This used to be all 40 millimeters of RHA. All of these pieces used to be 40. So that was a little busted. Let me check the thermals really quick, and then I'll do other stuff you guys are yapping about. It looks like there's still no animation for the dozer, or I can't use it. There's no option for me to use the dozer right now. Where Abrams with cool dozer? Honestly. No, it still has Gen 2 thermals. Wind is still Hurricane Katrina speeds. I have it on storm mode. I'll turn it off of storm mode in a second. Buy the Hungarian Puma. Where did I put that thing? Where did I put that thing? I know I bought it and crewed it. There it is. There's the KF-41. Did they add the armor yet? No. They added the gunner optic and the commander optic, and the machine guns are still in the wrong place. When you mouse over the 240, it highlights the 50 cal. The ATGM launcher is modeled, technically. Still very unfinished. They fixed the turret at least. Exactly, bro. Let me turn it off a storm. Let me just do completely just no weather. Is the ammo in a blowout panel? Most likely not. So you still can't use the commander sight at all. It's got Gen 3s. And of course, spikes. Oh, you know what I didn't check? If they actually changed the stats of the spike. But I'm interested to see how this ends up going. Because for me, the coolest thing about this is that the launcher is not stabilized. It's actually fixed. So when you're driving around, you don't have to worry about the launcher being like looking at the ground. So you can just do it whenever you want. You can just launch. Does this thing have? Surely this thing doesn't have fume extractor. No. Watch, it's just gonna damage the barrel on that T-72. Or did it even hit? Did it miss? Weird. And here's the interesting thing about this thing too. Check it out. So even though it doesn't have any modeled APS, the APS testing zone is still here. So it should get APS. Oh wait. No, that actually hit me. Okay, good. I was gonna say, did that just... Bong, bong, bong. TOW-2Bs should be modeled as an explosively formed penetrator. Probably. So there's that thing. And also, I thought that these little pods looking out left and right were the APS charges, but they're actually smokes. And you get a fuck ton of smokes. Ridiculous amount of smokes. Vape tank. Exactly, bro. Launcher's fixed means that there's a minimum engagement range. I would expect to see this thing be able to move, but we'll see. I'm also kind of expecting it to be like the Bradley and, you know, stow the launcher when you're moving. Let's see. Spike LR2. And then Freccia is somewhere. Isn't it here? Freccia has Spike MR, 180, 20 kilometer, 700, 1.27. So the Spike LR2 and the Spike MR are still copy-paste. No working ahead yet? Correct. Ahead still does not work. Did I also play wargaming titles? Yes, I used to. Not anymore, though. Ahead does not work at all. 2 PSO still has Gen 1 thermals. It still also has no hull armor. Thoughts on the Type 10 prototype? I mean, the only thing I hate about it is that it's in the left side tree. If it was between the Type 90 and 90B and the TKX folder, if it was right in there, I would have much less of a problem with it. Do the rockets on the LAV and other ground vehicles still have the old trail? Is the PSO armor comparable to the 122? Not currently. Because you see that it's missing the composite blocks here. These are the composite blocks that you need. and they're blocked by the dozer blade, but you can now unmount the dozer blade. So we'll see what they do with that. What are my thoughts on the new French vehicles? Oh, that's right, there are new French vehicles. Let's see how the Azure is doing. Okay, it's modeled now as ERA. They fixed the modeling of the slat armor as well. It's still an S2, and it still has no commander thermals. 450 mils of chemical, and look how large the blocks are too. Like that's... Is the dozer at least working? It is on the PSO. There's not really much of a difference between Gen 2 and 3. I mean, you know, there is. Gen 2 is pretty much the standard for good thermals, but Gen 3s are obviously better a little bit. And unfortunately, the Azure is still after the S21, which it is not better than in any way other than having shitty ERA. So, really hope they can change that, because this thing does not deserve to be the end-of-line vehicle. The AC on the back of the turret is stronger? Hallelujah. Yeah, I did say that Gen 2 is still good. Gen 3 is definitely better, though. Still no kinetic on NATO ERA. Big truth. Dude, Azure does have the cake, bro. It's got cake boxes, bro. Look at that shit. Oh, oof. Still a piece of garbage, though. Unfortunately. Unfortunate for France. Can I show the UK foldering? You mean the tank foldering? Black Knight 2E, 2F tests, Mark II, Mark III. They still got the weird Roycat Oliphant thing. Marksman ZA 35, Warrior ZT3. Still some weird stuff. Carnarvon Conqueror makes sense, though. So that's good. Tortoise Conway, G6 Elland, Rattels. RJ Leclerc is the most expensive thing, though? I have no idea. France not get dumpster vehicles challenge impossible? Oh, yeah, guys. Guys, rejoice. The AMX 10M can swim now. It can swim. Hold on, let me just sit in the motherfucking hand. Yes, sir. It's me, your worst nightmare, the AMX 10M. Fear me. Does it still have... It does still have a horizontally stabilized gun. The 20mm. They fixed the... No, they did not fix the gun depression. You can still shoot through yourself. It can swim. I think the dev blog said it can swim. Let's see if they... Yeah. Yippee. Except it can't turn. I'm currently unable to turn. I can only go forwards. Oh. Well, that's not very useful. I can turn using the 20mm. Ah, truly as the French intended. Hold on, I gotta adjust this way a little bit. Too much momentum. Come on, you fat bitch. I'm coming for you, Panzer III. Panzer IV, you cannot escape. Come on, let me turn. Thrust vectoring. Exactly. There we go. Now we're on track. Bro, this thing is goofy. Ah. And the splash guard, the wave guide thingy doesn't happen still. Amazing. Definitely one of the ATGM carriers of all time. What thermal does Leopard 2, new Leopard 2 get? It still gets Gen 1 on the gunner. What was going on here? What about the you act upon the weird foldering here. Nope. The Curious A and Tam are still folded, which, yeah, they're both Argentinian. This is all still as it was. Martyrs are still folded in goofy ways. I really wish they would revisit some of the foldering decisions they made, like, just folder the fucking Martyrs together and fold, like, I don't even care. Folder the DF and the BMP together. Like, I don't care, dude. Any new German planes? I don't believe so. Nothing that I can see at first glance. Is there something new with the K9? Let's see. I know something got changed about it, but oh. I think it's no longer auto-loaded. Yeah. K9 is no auto autoloaded. However, it now has a 6-second aced reload. Oh no. Is the vertical speed still shit? That looks better than it was. The Sturm Tiger does still have the little puff, yes. Let me put on the good shells, 9 kilogram TNT shells. It still makes the autoloader sound, though. But 6-second reload on a howitzer with a laser rangefinder and Gen 2 thermals? Have mercy. At 7.7. Oh, it's already out of first stage ammo, though. I see. Already out of first stage. What do I think about the new loader mechanics? I love that. That happens to me all the time when I'm like literally a millisecond away from being reloaded and then my loader dies or some other thing happens or he gets replaced, and I like that. Still faster than 10 seconds? True. It is an assisted loader. Yeah, it's not like a full auto loader. Don't know, though, if it's worth to be a pack vehicle. I mean, you know, it's... What's the first stage size? Where's the first stage? Oh, oh. Right there. Those 2 rounds, and then is there another one? Somewhere? It's on the first stage? Well, it has a 3-round first stage. Which doesn't really make sense to me because look at all the fucking ammo right behind it. Look at all the ammo right behind the goddamn thing. They did change the vertical speed. 7-folder Metallica, neither for me. Now give it APFSDS, easy dub. Yes, Connor, the F-16 has AIM-9Ms. I showed it off at the beginning. They're not much different from AIM-9Ls currently, other than ECCM, which I can't really test. One in the breach? Could be, I guess. Usually the breach is not included in the first stage. Here's the Chaparral with the good missiles. So these are the best missiles that the Chaparral can take. They're now caged. Oh. And they have 16 Gs of overload now instead of 18. 16.5 Gs. Let's see if it can kill this thing. Oh, that's flying away, so it should have no issues getting that. Churchill AVRE becoming a score event? What do you mean? Oh, just like... You're just... proposing something? Still seems kind of shit for 10.3. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. 1,000,000%. Did all AIM-9Ds get nerfed? I don't know. What even has an AIM-9D? This thing? AIM-9Ds are still 18 Gs. British air tree foldering. I don't even know what's different here. But here's the foldering. I know this is different though. These were not folded before. The Tempest was not over here before. The Wellingtons are split now. I think those were all together before. I did notice this though. Now there's only the Mark 22 and Mark 24 in the Griffin folder, and then the Mark 9 is after all of this stuff. Nation I think benefits most from foldering, probably Britain and Israel. Huge Meteor F folder. Seahawk, why is the C Meteor over here then? Shouldn't it be in the... Anyways, and there's also, I have the new Sea Harrier as well. 2 AIM-9Ls and up to 5 bombs. Or you can take high explosive rockets if you really want to be weird. Am I going to finish Israel once the update drops? We'll see. I want to test this out, though. This is the Wasp with the new 6-kilometer range missiles. Which also has new audio. Oh, she's fat, dude. Oh, she's fat. Connor, I did finish that. Let me just fly up over this ridge over here. What gets medal for worst map in the game? Vietnam, if you're giving me those two choices. 100%. You think Japan is the best nation for foldering? You mean overall or for like air or ground specifically? Because they didn't really get much foldering in ground. Less significant than Britain and Israel, I would say. Israel's probably the biggest winner because of the Magash line. Let's just hover. Oh, she doesn't hover good. She doesn't hover good. No, 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 no. Oh. Oh. Oh, what am I doing? Oh. Motherfucker immediately started dropping out of the sky. Okay, are you happy now? There you go. 4.7 kilometers. Blah, blah, blah. Should be easy to hit because it's not moving at all, obviously. The rotor blade now wobbles. Neat. Could I show Swedish foldering? Possibly. So there you go. Now at 9.0, you get a 6-kilometer range missile. Oh, it's 6,200 meters. What? Really? What's this, an MLOS missile? No, it is, it's SACLOS, technically. Are people, more people asking when the update's gonna release? Nobody knows, man. They give us the date when it releases. Do you really think I'm patient enough to fire those over 4 kilometers? 6-kilometer range, but with bad zoom. I mean, for like a mid-engagement range, it's... Like, for this engagement range, that's... Nah. Workable. That's workable zoom, I would say. I wonder if it's better zoom than some other. Let's see what the actual zoom amount is. 10 times. It's not terrible. I mean, at least it's longer range than 3.5 kilometers. 3.5 is like pushing it in terms of range. Do I take the war kit on the PSO? I don't have any of the kits yet. I mean, at least you only get 2 of the missiles, and it's not going to change anytime soon with how many you can take. So there's that. It's also a brick when you take these missiles because it's heavier than with the 4. No. So here's why I don't think there will be custom loadouts, because the weight of this loadout with 4 AS-11s is 120 kilograms. And the weight of 2 AS-12s is 152 kilograms. So it's 32 kilograms heavier with 2 less missiles. So I don't think we're going to get the ability to mount anything additional to this. Very interesting that the Bhishma is 10-3. Somebody wanted to see Sweden foldering. J-21's foldered. BF-109's foldered. T-18s. Were they already foldered? I don't even know, dude. I don't think those were foldered yet. None of this is foldered. There's the new A-32A as well. I believe it's exactly the same as the A-32A in the tech tree. You can take these bombs, bunch of rockets, and chaff, which is like, is it even worth taking? Is it even worth taking the chaff pods? Probably not. You meant ground foldering? Yeah, I know. I was going to go there next. So T-34 Panzer IV PT Comet, very weird folders. 1946 and IKV up, like, why don't just fold the 63 with the, you know, and then there's that stuff moving around. There's the 101, 103, and 104, 103 folders. Yippee. This is the last day of the dev server. This is the last day of the dev server that, as far as we know. Why is the Comet at 5.3? It's in 5.3 in the British tree. Comet 1, 5.3. Udez, PBV, Azrad, LVKV. Very strange folders, I must say. 9030 Fin, 9040B. So there's that. Somebody wanted to see the PVKV4, I guess, because I'm here. Might as well. I'm interested to see if they fixed the smoke coming out of it. Oh, you mean how is it 5? I see. Okay, well, they still have not fixed the smoke coming out of the top of the turret. So that's cool. Good job, Gaijin. But yes, it has a 4-second aced reload with 57mm APDS. And APHE. I think it still has the same exact stats as the PVKV3 so far. Oh, look, they fixed the fuel trails. It actually trails behind now. Yeah, you just keep driving there, T-34. It'll be fine, okay? It'll be fine. Just keep going. Hungarian subtree is going to Italy. Bore evacuator more like chimney? Can I show the German tech tree? Yeah. I mean, it's terrible, and they haven't changed any of it based on any of the feedback. So that's that. Some of the folders are valid, but a lot of them are really not. Mainly Mainly in the beginning BRs. I mean, they got all the Panthers foldered. There's a lot of weird folders everywhere. 2A5, 2A6 those. It's cool, you know. Any new German tanks? Other than the 2 PSO, I believe there's nothing else. It's just this. Which is still unfinished. And then the air tree. You could have seen all of this in if you looked at their news posts, just by the way, but I will show you. The information is out there if you seek it out. But here it is. Lots of folderings and weird movements of stuff. D12 is here, and then the D9, for some reason, is in rank 3, even though it's the same BR as the D12. Why the fuck did that get moved, Gaijin? Why is it not folded with the D12? And why is this not over where it is? You know, like, what? Huh? Huh? Gaijin, huh? What are you doing here? What is this? What is all this? This makes sense for sure. Somebody wanted to know if the Asta got new missiles. AIM-9L. Nope. Will the 8.7 TAM go up? I think the TAM should go up. In my personal opinion, it should not be 8.7. Like, the TAM 2 IP should be 9.3 and the TAM should be 9.0. Can I show the bore effect? Sure, buddy. Sure, buddy. It's still garbage. Still completely trash. Just a little puff of smoke. Which I guess maybe is more realistic than a massive boar plume coming out, but... What's up, Porridge? And I believe the Tiger is nearly identical. Mostly the same. Does it work when moving? It does work a little bit better when moving. No, I do like the bore evac effects. It's just, I don't know how realistic it is on low BR vehicles. It also could use a lot of work with consistency. Like, here it is when you're just sitting still. With no wind. And then let's see, it does slightly work when moving now. So I'm going 30 kilometers per hour, and it does play the effect, but minimally. Works when slowing down. Let's see what speed it just doesn't work at. Believe there is no known release date. I don't think it played the effect at all there. I'm going 50 kilometers per hour. Yeah, no muzzle evacuation effect. Going backwards? No effect. So at high speeds, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, they need to work on that effect quite a bit still. Any new digging effects? No. How many can pen new Leo? How many can new Leo pen? What? When you go too fast, the smoke goes back to the barrel, suffocates the crew. Rip. See you later, Porridge. German stuff had a compressed air system. I could believe that. So there's that. What else is new or different? Oh yeah, there's a funny thing. Have you guys seen this? The Object 120 has a different layout for the ammo in the autoloader. It's now in 2 drums. So that's neat. Does the new Leo have DM53? Yes, sir, it does. DM53 with a short barrel, no hull armor package, even if you take off the dozer, which you are now allowed to do. So when you get the 2 PSO, unless they add in the hull armor, it's going to look like this. And they still haven't changed. They still have not changed the kinetic protection values for the composite armor. It still adds like 180 mils of protection. Which is, you know, it is actually nice because now at an oblique angle you can block BMP-2M, autocannon, APFSDS. Yeah, no one knows when the update's coming out. So this is nice because on the, I'll show you if you guys haven't seen this before. This is 270 millimeters point blank side on to the bustle of the 2A5 type thing, 225, and with no side armor and the same shell from the same range. It is 58 mils of protection on the ammo bustle. So that composite armor still adds like a good solid ass amount of protection. Is the PSO worse than 2A5? I would say no. It does have so it has slightly better. No, it has slightly worse power to weight ratio than the 2A5 and 6 because it weighs 67 tons, but it has 150 more horsepower. It has all of this protection stuff, which is, you know, cool. It's not going to save you from, like, Sabo and stuff. Like, at what angle would this actually start saving you? No angle. When does it stop DM53? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 composite blocks will stop DM53. So you're not really going to get much. I mean, it might, even at like a kilometer, it's still going to go straight through the composite blocks because you just can't hit enough at once. And obviously the side is not going to do anything. Other than that, the armor is, you know, pretty much the same. What's up, Brad? But it is going to have, so hopefully what happens if it gets Gen 2 or Gen 3 gunner thermals, then I would say it would be better than the 2A5 in its current configuration without the armor package. Because the dozer blade still does provide a bit. So, even in its current configuration, I would say it's better than the 2A5. Honestly, it's probably better than the 2A5 even without the gunner thermals. What do you guys think? Because if it's, this is everything that the 2A5 gets, plus composite armor, plus a 50 cal, plus a dozer blade, plus armor on the upper front plate. You wish an X-ray showed the gen of the thermals? Yes, that would be fantastic. You know, it has a better engine, but it also weighs more, of course, so there's that. I think it'll be better than the 2A5, even without the better thermals, but it should get slightly better thermals, right? At least. Yeah, the bore evacuator effects is definitely goofy. Dozer blade user? Dude, I'm a dozer blade user, 100,000%, bro. It's not in the proper position in the hangar right now, but it does stop 3BM42 if you hit the dozer and the armor. Hefty is a welcome addition. This is also true, yeah. And you can use the 50 cal hull down to do funny stuff to people, too, so that's nice. If it had the front armor, would it be better than 2A6? I would say so. Like, if this thing had the composite, the full composite package, like the 122 on the hull, because this is 700 millimeters of kinetic protection, by the way. This is 700, and sometimes it, when you hit both plates at once, it can be 1,000. And, you know, it gives you a little bit of leeway on the bottom plate. But if it had this, because this trolls people a lot. When you see a Leopard You go for this shot so you can kill all the crew, but then it just does nothing. So if it gets this, and you can demount the dozer blade and have that armor, then I think it would be the best leopard in the game. I would say. Even though it doesn't have the funny sight. Germany should have a leopard that is at least better than the 122s. I agree, Simon. I 100% agree. I think it makes no goddamn sense to have Germany have a worse leopard than Sweden. Like, I think we should just get the 2A7V. You know what I mean? Like, a long-barreled 2A6 with the hull armor upgrades. I think that's what Germany pretty much deserves at this point. And better thermals. Is the 2A6 worth it? I think so. Let's see. How have I done in the 2A6? 69 win rate, 56 deaths, 220, 230 kills. So, it's a good vehicle. It can definitely do good work. It's a, it's a Leopard chassis. Leopard chassis is like tried and true. Good mobility, good armor on the turret. Could use a little bit more ammo in the safe stowage, but, 16 rounds can get it done. We'd give Germany the 2A8. I think it would be nice for them to get the 2A7V and then the 2A8 later. Sweden have 2A6 and 2A7? Yeah, I'm sure they do. Since UK got the T90, could they get it? I don't know, bro. What do you think I am? The British tech tree consultant? I got no idea. They could get whatever. It's kind of weird though, because the current Canadian vehicle, the Canadian vehicles are split around. We got the C2A1 there, and then Great Britain has, the USA has the Ram or whatever. Is the PSO had all the things you said? What BR would it be? I mean, it being better than the 2A6 and 2A5 and better than the 122, I would say it should be a higher BR than them. But with that being said, I already think that the 2A6 should have gone to 12.0. I think all of the 11.7 MBTs should have gone to 12.0 already. So that would mean that PSO would then be 12.3. You know what I mean? So like there's... I'm still missing Cougar Recce with 76 hash. Sheesh. Too many but my armor players, dude. Armor players are everywhere, bro. Like the Ariete P. You would think maybe it's a shit vehicle because it has no armor, right? It can pen itself in the cheek. Barely 400 mils of protection on the cheek, 240 on the hull, 81 in the lower front plate. But it's like my best KD vehicle almost ever. On live server, I have over 800 kills because I grinded out with it yesterday, but like 81 win rate, like that's... Ariete is a good-ass vehicle. You think it'd be a big nerf if Sherman said to stick? I don't think we're ever going to see crew outside the vehicles. Can I show the Azure? Yeah. It's pretty garbage. It is pretty garbage, and for some reason is the end of the tech tree. Still has the F1 shell as well. But you can finally use the machine gun, I think. Or can you? I can't select it, at least. So there's that. Mobility, rate of fire, gun handling, everything is more important than armor, in my opinion. Armor is is nice when it saves you. Does that make sense to you guys? When armor saves you, then it's worth to have. It is, of course, nice to have armor. Yeah, you should never rely on armor as your primary strategy, unless you're in a mouse. There's a couple of vehicles where you give the caveat, it's like, okay, well, maybe you could rely on armor a little bit there, but in 99% of cases, armor should be your tertiary at best consideration for how you conduct yourself in the battle. Exactly, guys. You guys understand it. There is no reason to be like, armor. No armor? I'm gonna skip that then. I'm just gonna play the BVM and the 2A6 because they have the best armor in the game. Oh man, maybe a little bit of 122 as well because it has better armor. Nah, bro. Is the Chinese thing still 10.3? It is. Well, no, it's 10.0. Sorry. I think it should be 11.0. So there's that. We'll see if it changes. It's currently still very unfinished. Still has no armor. Still has armor holes. So very unfinished vehicle. When do you think we'll get the F-15? I don't know, dude. I don't really care about the F-15. I'm not going to lie to you. Earlier, Captain Crunch just flanking the mouse. Bro, you got the big brain. Pray for the 2A7 and Puma with spikes. Yeah, armor barely matters. You can get fucked by a dude with the NLOS ATGM that just like... His buddy is sitting in a bush and miles away and lasers you, and then you just get hit by a missile from nowhere. Fires over a wall, and then guides itself with a TV seeker. Like, yeah. Let's see, is there anything else new that anyone wants to see? I haven't shown the MI8s this stream. Did I actually research them? No. Let me see these here. Let me see these here phalangers. What are these things all about? Will I do a video on Swedish top tier eventually? Yes. The key word is eventually. Eventually I will do it. Can I give you a timeline of when I will do it? No. Unfortunately. 6 Malyutkas at 8.3. See how these things do. Is there even any reason to use the MI8 over the MI4? It probably has better flight performance. Like, look how easily I took off with a full load of ordnance. The MI4 is just garbaggio. Do the later versions of the Abrams get a better shell? Yeah, of course. So let's see. Very limited launch window. Is it actually going to hit the target if I just keep it there? We need better Abrams. Could be. Wow, they are very slow. But I mean, at least you get 6 of them on an 8.3 heli, you know what I mean? And you get 192 rockets. 192 rockets. And you get a 50 cal too. The turret ring should be volumetric. Yeah, probably something like that. See you later, Magna. Should I replace 2A5 for the PSO? I think so. Personally, I'm not going to replace the 2A5 because I have more, enough crew slots, but if you don't have enough, then it'll probably be 2A6 PSO. Hydro, why are you so weird, bro? We need an M1A3 just to match BVM and UK spam. What? Replace 2A4 with 2A6, 2A5 PSO? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the PSO is just ever so slightly better in every way. Ever so slightly. And the Russian Mi-8 gets... You can still carry bombs. Carry big bombs. Hold on. I want to see how much, like, how heavy of a load can we make on this thing. Anything new in China Air? I don't think so. I could check the mod... What am I doing? I could check the mods on the whatever. Yes, the PSO still uses Gen 1 for the gunner. Currently, subject to change, though. Because the whole thing is still unfinished. The dozer blade is still bugged in the hangar. So let's see. What is the most goofy heavy loadout you can make? I'm assuming a bomb would be heavier than the rocket pod. 225 kilograms. So the parachute bomb is heaviest. And then a 500 kilogram. Goodness. You can't even overload it. You can't even overload it. You can't even get to the max load. What is that? Yeah. Let's see if we can even take off. Is the premium German... There is no premium German... You mean the Hungarian one? Wow, it actually takes off rather easily. And of course, it's just Falangas like usual. Nothing crazy or new there. What's my bomb drop button even? Do I gotta select... Oh. No, it didn't drop. How do I drop that? How do I drop the bomb? Is it this? Is it this? Okay, I don't know how I drop the bombs. Anyways, there's that. Germany's only Oh, you were asking actually about the German one. It does not get S-24s. The new ones in the Hungarian tree get S-24s. All of them do? Wow, all of them do, actually. Anything new in China Air? I don't believe so. Unless you consider the helicopter to be air. J8F, still PL8s. F-16. Oh, this F-16 still gets AIM-9Ls. I guess the other F-16As still get AIM-9Ls too, so. What's my favorite fighter jet? I don't care. So Italy gets a Puma with spikes, but not Germany. I mean, it's not a Puma. It's still yet to be determined if it is better than the Puma, because it is still unfinished. The Puma with spikes for the German tree is still a possibility later on. Let's see. Oh, hold on. There is a cool thing. I can't really test it right now because I mean, I could test it. If you guys really want to see me test it, I can just GE all of these things. It's not a Puma, it's a Warthog. Okay, dude. But they fixed the couple of rounds that were stowed behind the firewall of the Merkava Mark IVs. I have to purchase what now still? This one? Okay. Thank you very much, interface of loveliness that works perfectly fine. Do I think the Lynx will have the same playstyle as the Puma? Sort of. So the main problem with the Lynx is that it does not have a crewless turret. Red versus blue reference? Oh. How is that a red versus blue reference and not just a Halo reference? I'm not sure if it has anything to do with the Mark IIIs. Do they have the ammo behind there? They do have ammo behind the engine. Is that a problem on the Mark IIIs too, or is it just the 4? I think it's just the 4s. How does the Chaparral work? Is it worthy? It's could be a lot better. Sabo just for fun, because test drive doesn't matter. Let's see. I think what if I take just -2 shells? Then there is no ammo behind the engine. Everything else is full. So now the last priority shells are the ones behind the engine. You still have a god-awfully slow reload. Goodness. Am I gonna lose all the GE on my main? No, I don't have 7 million GE. I don't have 7 million GE. This is it's called a dev server trophy. And you get it, if you're a content creator, you get 7 million GE and you can just do whatever you want on the dev server. You just be like, yeah, 1,000, whatever, I don't care. It's so funny. I've spent so much GE, I feel like, on the dev server, but nothing, not even a dent. It's crazy. Hold on, I've never test driven this thing. Let me do it again. How much real money is 7 mil? Yeah, do it. Do the meth. Guess the reload's not terrible. It's still, I mean, 7.1 seconds is not ideal for top tier. At least you have a good reverse speed, though. Yeah, I really wish they fixed the bore evacuator effects for all speeds. Who knows? It could be completely fixed on the dev server. Like, if you can have exhaust coming out from the engine at the same quality level throughout all speeds, why can't the bore evacuator work like that? Merkava's pretty nice. This thing's actually rather speedy. It's a shame it has no armor. Let's see. So there's that. That's cool. Cool for people that enjoy Israel. Because those 2 shells were a huge issue for them. $31,000. Ha! Good lord. The Leopard 2 PSO does currently on the dev server, currently in its unfinished state, currently have Gen 1 thermals on the gunner site. Unfinished state. Unfinished state. Reminder once again that it is not final. Do you guys think I got the message across? That it's not finished? Another thing to note about the PSO is that when you put the dozer blade on it, the dozer blade is deployed in the hangar, so it is currently still unfinished and bugged. But yes, you can remove the dozer blade. It does not add the hull armor package currently, which is again unfinished. Here's the TO-55. It is, for some reason, a T-55A at 8.0, but it doesn't have APF SDS, to be fair. It is a, Pretty much exact copy of the T-55. The flamethrower is also on the MG button for some reason. I wish they would make this the secondary weapon. And look at it having those, like, little spark effects when it hits the ground. Like, what is that? It's blowing up like it's an AP... like an APHE round. Very weird. What's up, Penguin? Only cool kids allowed? Yeah, I'll see you later, buddy. Thank you very much, dude. I appreciate your generosity, but yes, it is only cool kids allowed currently. Flamethrower Sherman when? Why does the T-55 have a bore evacuator? Because it does. Look at the bulge at the end. That is a bore evacuator. So does the AMD-1. Has it right on the end. See the little bulge? They do indeed have a bore evacuator system. I think I gotta put the weather on good. Otherwise it kind of bugs out. Yeah. Bore evacuator. Is the Leopard 1 sad now? Did you ever think the Leopard 1 wasn't sad? Poor little Leopard 1. Nobody likes poor little Leopard 1. Excellent tank for 8.0. Throw away the T-54s. Yeah, it's an interesting decision, I must say, to make this a lower BR than the T-55. Let's see, it still has heat FS as well. Like, this thing is fully stabilized, by the way. Oh, that's large. Look at the... Wait, does it have... Oh, it has significantly less ammo. Interesting. See, look. This whole ammo stowage fuel tank is taken up by the flamethrower fuel tank. Interesting. Interesting. So the TOW-55 has 25 rounds, and the T-55A has 43 rounds. I wonder how easy it is to ammo rack this thing, or if you can even ammo... Like, I'm sure sending a blazing hot, blazing fast APFSDS round or an APHE round straight into a flamethrower fuel tank will be a bad day for the crew inside. But, you know, could be wrong. Could be wrong. Did Sweden get anything cool? They have the PVKV4, which is a 3.7 thingy, and they have this premium A32A, 9.3, and they have the Vidar, which is a very goofy 7.7 howitzer, which has an insane shell with insanely fast shell with 9 kilograms of TNT, Gen 2 thermals, laser rangefinder, and incredible mobility too. 38 in reverse, 1,000 horsepower engine. Ridiculous. Doesn't matter about the ammo. Yeah, it probably won't be a huge issue. You know, the issue that it will cause, though, is that your ammo, whatever you take, let's take the standard ammo load of, like, I would probably usually take, let me see what I take in the T-55A. 14, oh, that's right. On the dev server, it resets all your stuff. So it doesn't really matter what I select, but whatever, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I would probably end up with 15 and 5. It's probably what I would take. Let's see what the ammo looks like on that. Not the greatest scenario ever. See, this is why it matters, because now instead of all of your main gun ammo being right where the flamethrower is at, in the front of the hole, it's all in the turret, behind the crew, in front of the engine, on the side of the tank. Really not an optimal scenario for ammo stowage. Can I show the... I'm going to do the Leclerc first because the guy asked for it first. Do you want me to test drive it or you just want to see it? It has a remote weapon station 7.62. It has shitty ERA with 450 mils of protection, some slat armor. And other than that, it's an S2. It's exactly the same everything else as an S2. And for some reason, it's after the S21. And it's a Leclerc, other than that. It's pretty garbage, not gonna lie. I like the regular Leclercs, don't get me wrong, but like, this thing being after the S21 is just like, no. Just why? Why would this thing be after the S21 when it has no commander thermals? And did they change the weight yet? Did they change the weight? 57 tons. Okay, buddy. Tell me in what fucking world adding all of this ERA, all of this shit, all of this, a new AC, remote weapon station, all the slat armor, all the... That's 0.8 tons. That's not even 1 ton of stuff. Surely the slat armor alone weighs like at least half a ton. The ERA, I mean, unless it's super lightweight. I could not imagine that being the weight difference. They took out the back seats and spare tires. Yeah, here's where the HC is. It's the same as what they said it was going to be earlier in the dev blogs. After the TTS. Kind of weird. I'm not a huge fan of that. Bro wanted to see the Type 10 prototype. There it is. It's pretty much just... It's literally the model of the TKX. Here, I'll even put on the different camo so you can see the direct comparison. And then I gotta... Hold on. Let me do that. It is the same model. Just with the removed side things on the turret. It is the same. In terms of how it looks. What's up, Hottie? Thank you very much, dude. Appreciate it. And, however, of course, the other difference is that it does not have the Type 10 APF SDS. It only has JM33, which is DM33. So, it is a Type 10 at a lower BR. I guess not having the Type 10 round, which is a 615 pen round, does make it kind of like 11.0 is the minimum BR I would see this thing at. Which is good that they moved it, because it was at 10.3 before. Now it's at 11.0. 4-sec autoloader still, yeah, everything else is exactly the same. Same first stage, 14 rounds. Same gun handling. What has more because it's aced. But you get the idea. And it has, you know, of course, the same optics. 4.0 to 13.3 with Gen 3 thermals. So, I'm glad that they didn't keep it below, because they were gonna. It was at 10.3 before. That would have been like just stupid. And for some reason, it's in the left tree. Makes no fucking sense. Makes literally 0 sense at all. Weight difference? No weight difference currently. I mean, to be fair, like the boxes on the side of the turret, it's just like a little bit of RHA. Now it's got structural steel little boxes, so it's, you know, I always thought, do you guys know if there's composite armor in these things on the side? Because I don't think there is. Because when you use a round to go through it, this is 35, this is 41. So it's not. Pretty sure there's nothing in there. I'm not sure if there should be or if it's just storage containers, but there's that. Is that a new premium tank as well? No. This is a hidden premium. This Type 74G, this is a hidden premium. It's old hidden premium. Type 10s do get the pneumatic suspension. No, it doesn't unless... Oh, there's a different armor package. Ah, that's right, because this is the 44-ton configuration or whatever, and there's like a 48-ton configuration. I guess that would have additional things. It should be folded with the Type 10s. Yeah. I think it should be. Either it should be in between the Type 90, Type 10, or in the same folder as the Type 10s. Do I have the Seahawk 100? No. I'm pretty sure that's in here, right? I don't have that, unfortunately. And somebody wants to see me play the Lynx. It's very unfinished, but I will. And here's the tree as well. Nothing crazy. Just a lot of copy-paste stuff, honestly. Except for the Saba, which might be Chaba or something like that. Somebody told me. But they get a Tehran, Zrinyi, another Tehran. And then that's it. The KF-41 and these low-tier things are the only new vehicles. It's just 2S1, BTR, T-72, 2A4. BTR is going to make the 7.7 lineup spicy. Oh, true, it is 7.3. For some reason, I thought it was higher. Yes, Fields. The PSO still has Gen 1s on the dev server currently. And it's also still very unfinished. So I would expect that to change. You still can't use the commander site. It still has, you know, the spikes. Which have... They struggle to engage at this distance. Let's see if they can engage this T50 or T62. Interesting. How that doesn't kill it. But yeah. This thing's still very unfinished because you can see the rounds don't even come from, you know... They don't even come from the barrel like they should. They come off the side of it. Lots of work to do there still. It does have tracking, which is cool. Which is not very... You know, it should be expected because currently it's pretty much just a copy-paste of the Puma in terms of model. But it currently only has 2 spikes. Modern 1 and 3 is the same thing? Interesting. 2 is enough? Nah, I hope it gets more. Can't that launch? Oh yeah, because it's still reloading. What is that symbol of an X? That is the infrared seeker. It's basically like the seeker of, for missiles, essentially. How far away can you keep the lock? Wow. Go, missile, go. Get that tank. Get him. Interesting. Hold on. I want to try something on this T90 here, because a lot of the times on the T90, you shoot it from front on. Did it have more than 2 spikes IRL? I'm not sure, but all I'm saying is there's a shit ton of space in the back, and it should probably get more spikes. That's just my opinion. If it isn't able to take more spikes, I don't care. Please just give it more than 2. That'd be so ass to just have 2 missiles. Oh wow, that thing missed by a fucking mile. That thing missed by a fucking mile. Surely that one hits. Okay, good. It ricocheted off of the barrel and then into the front plate. Interesting. Do I think Germany deserves more Helis? I mean, I know nothing about Helis. I know nothing about the additional Helis they could receive. But yeah, this model's still very unfinished because you can see when you mouse over the 7.62, it shows it highlights the 50 cal. There's no information about the launcher. Commander optic has nothing about it. It's a copy paste of the gunner optic, which may or may not be correct because they look like the same module. And you can clearly see that the 7.62 should be here next to the gun, and it has an ammo belt that goes into the tank, but it's back here. So, unfinished. Should have added spiked Dardo instead of this. No, I mean, I'm excited to see what this thing can do. It should get active protection system. Will the 50 even be useful if it has an autocannon? I mean, hell yeah, it will. You kidding me? Look at how high up it is. Any weapon system that is a hold down thing is going to be useful in some way. What's the zoom? Currently the zoom is 2 to 8 on the gunner. '50s are always useful, bro. Exactly. Especially when you can fire them from a completely hold down protected position. See you later, Dre, individual person. And as usual, this is not everything that we're going to get in the dev server, so expect more. Let me just do this one really quick, and then I'll end this, because it was meant to be a quick stream. This is the Chaparral in the US tech tree, and it gets a slightly better missile now that I can test it. It was nerfed to shit, and it has a caged seeker now. And it also has a reduced G load, 16.5 Gs. And it has a worse missile option than the Israeli one. But the Israeli one is only slightly better. It does not get a search radar. It does get Gen 1 thermals, though. Which is cool, I guess. Has a pretty quick spool up time. Oh, that one decided to lock onto something else. Could be a decent missile. This missile that it has on the American one has no countermeasure. It's just a straight up missile. So there's that. And you still got the boys doing what they gotta do. Very weird situation. But yeah, lots of stuff is unfinished still. 12.3 maximum BR. Hoping to see the PSO get the option to mount the armor package, but we'll see where that goes. Gaijin did acknowledge it as a bug report. Better than Stingers? No. The only thing that the Chaparral is better than the Stinger in terms of G load. Stinger still has ECCM and a better all aspect lock range. It also has a 4.6 kilogram TNT warhead with a higher fuse radius, proxy fuse radius, 720 meters per second, and see, so it is faster than a Stinger as well. Yeah, it has much less explosive mass as well, also. Has a higher G load. The Israeli one has the G model. This is the C model, which is the one that the US one gets. And the G model is with a Stinger seeker head thrown onto it. So this one is the G, the MIM-72G is an AIM-9D Stinger crossover episode, basically. Because it has ECCM and a 6-kilometer all-aspect lock range. Still probably not going to be the best, though. We'll see. Anyways, that is all I'm going to do for now. Thank you guys for coming through for the quick last day dev stream. And if there's any more dev news, then maybe I'll make an actual video about it. I don't know. I'm too lazy, so. Enjoy my laziness. Bye-bye.